Welcome back to Marketing Champions. I'm your host, David Benfield, and on this show, we talk to marketing professionals to help make you a better marketing professional. So joining me today is Jessica DiCostanzo from Equivont. Jessica, thanks for joining the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, David. I really appreciate being here.
So Equivont, I love the name. You were telling me off camera that it has something to do with horses, so kind of elaborate from there. Tell us what your company's all about.
Yeah, so we are a community for equestrians to shop for products, services, horses for sale, basically anything that you would want for you and your horse all in one place.
Oh, wow, cool. So how did you find, what did you see in the market? Where did you find that need? Where was your aha moment of like, oh, we need to put this together?
Oh, well, I was actually going to move across the country and bring my horse with me. And I had been working for marketing software companies in the past, more on the call marketing analytics side of things. And when I was going to move, I was asking people in my network, like, hey, what's the scoop? Do you know anyone in this area? I've been a lifelong equestrian, so I know quite a few people in the industry. And for the first time in my life, no one had any recommendations of where I could keep my horse, who I could train with, all of these important details that you want to know before you move your horse 3,000 miles across the country.
So how do you go? I'm sorry, no, go ahead, continue.
Oh, that's okay. So when no one had any recommendations, with my business development background, I was like, oh, I'll just look online, find some contact information, no big deal. But when I looked, all I found were these directories that looked like they were made when the internet came out and haven't been updated since. And if any of you know horse people, they generally spend more money on their horses than they do themselves. So it was really a weird feeling for me to so easily find a gym, a dentist, a nutritionist for myself, but I don't even have those things. My horse has all of those services. So it just made me realize how word of mouth the horse industry still is and hasn't caught up with the way we would search for any other service in our lives.
So kind of piggyback on the horse, on the word of mouth. Is that how you primarily have been able to expand your business and find your customer base, or is the need so strong that like all it took was like 5 people to know and be like, oh wow, and then you just get flooded with customers? Like how did that happen for you?
I don't, with the marketing nowadays, you really do have to be anywhere, no matter how brilliant your idea is, I think. So, I mean, our site, we built our site on a very awesome platform that's completely enabled for SEO. We do a ton of paid search. We are out there at horse shows. We do a lot of happy hours and local events across the country. Social media is a huge component. Just being in as many places as you want, and then good old fashioned hanging signs, around the old print side of things still works well. And basically knocking door to door will never fail.
That's great. So it's not always sunshine and roses. There's setbacks, right? So talk about how some of those setbacks and how you've overcome those to continue on success.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the biggest piece of feedback we get with Equivont is people are like, oh, I didn't know you have X, Y, and Z. So I guess when you're in a niche marketplace but have a few different verticals within that niche, making sure that you're really clear about what it is you do for that industry. So that's something that we're always constantly working on, retelling the story, explaining why and how we're able to accomplish this, but really like why we're here. Because at the end of the day, we are horse people that are just trying to make it easier for people to help their horses, essentially. So I think, a lot of brainstorming as a team. We've got a small team, but we're big on the collaboration and making sure like, hey, by the way, someone just asked me this. And then kind of talking round robining that around the table to make sure, okay, what's our approach? How can we continue to let people know what the service is that we're providing? I think that's something that's going to be with us for the rest of Equivont. So,
That's fantastic.
Just keeping that positive attitude,
continue.
I think. Oh, I was saying just keeping that positive attitude, within the team and being okay with innovating and coming up with ideas.
Absolutely. Well, Jessica, unfortunately, that's all the time I have for you today. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, David. I really appreciate it.
So if you'd like to learn more about Equivont, head to dailyadbrief.com. And this is going to do it for us today on Marketing Champions. I'm your host, David Benfield, and we will see you next time.